perfectly honest. Dad's a great businessman, but he lacks imagination.
Yeah, you mentioned that about 100 times.
I believe in the power of the individual, when taught by the right teacher, of course. Ryan! In here. Just coming. He's through here.
Hey, do you want to get like a lavalier mic, or... No, just capture the natural acoustics of the dungeon.
To whom do I owe the pleasure?
Detective Inspector Jenks. I am investigating a death in the village. I believe you knew Kate Vine.
Oh, I thought all this was dealt with, Inspector. You do know that Kate Vine was a gherkin short of a big mad. You do now.
Father.
You must forgive my son, Inspector. He still can't summon up the courage to come straight to the point. So what do you want to know?
Yes,
Well, a few more questions if you don't mind.
But I do mind. I'm a very busy man. Try asking an intelligent question, like, do I mind being quizzed about a once promising student who turned into a useless drunk? Ryan, would you mind leaving us for a while?
I'll go back to the centre. I have one or two things to prepare. Only if you need me, Dad.
You may begin, Mr. Holmes, although I'm not going to be able to help you. I don't have much to do with the course nowadays, so I can't give you any hard information.
That's as maybe, but we
No,
need...
that's as is.
Oh my lord!
But if you want my opinion, I'd be quite happy to give it to you. So, fire away.
Okay, thank you.
It's like he bought a large
Paul certainly doesn't take
set
no
of
prisoners.
dentures, but his
It's
mouth
obvious
is
who's pulling
small.
the strings in this family, and I wonder what they got up to in their previous guise as Third Eye.
Alright, buddy. So
Hate to
here's
go
the thing.
already.
I think I finally busted the case wide open. Tell me about Simon's unlocked bicycle.
Did you know anything about Simon Thompson's bike?
No.
Alright. But what about Simon's homebrew?
Ever tried Simon's homebrew? Simon Thompson?
No, I haven't. I wouldn't touch anything that has had Simon's fingers in it.
Why are you so weird? Okay, but I've solved the case. I need to ask you about salvia.
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum, or magic mint?
Sounds like it might be a drug.
It's a hallucinogenic plant. Legal, as a matter of fact.
I'm not a drug taker.
Glug,
Inspector.
glug, 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 glug,
I have
glug.
no enthusiasm for voluntarily poisoning your brain.
Also,
And
I
you've
am
never
the Senate.
seen anyone on the course taking it.
Well, if someone had, they wouldn't have done it openly.
Nothing I love
We don't
more
allow
than
drug
taking a
use on our
hallucinogen
course.
and
We
then
like
going to
tell
a
students that success
business
is
self-improvement
the best
class
drug.
run by the devil.
Whether you buy into that, of course, is another matter.
All these college students getting hopped up on salvia and then going to Toastmasters to learn how to public speak. Alright, but what about this cardboard mask?
What do you know about this?
Looks like a mask.
You don't recognize it?
Not particularly. Looks like a monarch mask.
Originated in the
monarch mask?
1400s,
Monarch is a fancy dress.
made by one of 6 tailors in downtown Seville
Ryan
Row.
goes there sometimes.
Okay. Hit him with the horns, Dad.
If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
I presume you've seen an Atlas student doing that.
Ah, so this is an Atlas thing.
Well, it wasn't exactly our idea. The students started doing it spontaneously to show commitment to the cause. Cute, really. Which student did you see doing that?
I'm not sure, but he was carving it into a tree. I told him to stop.
Did you really? Why?
Defacing public property.
Oh my lord. He has 4
That's the most
teeth.
ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What's the punishment for that kind of thing nowadays? Prison sentence?
It's usually a fine.
All right. What about defiling public liberty?
Oh no!
Does that carry a fine too?
He's
Oddly
libertarian.
enough, the student in question argued a similar point. Is that something you encourage on the Atlas course?
We encourage people who put ideas first and moral anachronisms second. The problem with the law, Inspector, is that it's out of date.
Well, I suppose that's a matter of opinion. However, you still respect it.
Respect it. I abide by it. We all play by the book, Inspector, but that's only because of the threat of possible incarceration.
It's like a little, anxiety-inducing. We get it, you're rich.
Can you tell me a little about the Atlas phrase, free to be free?
Where did you hear that?
I was talking to one of your students.
It's a little phrase we conjured up to summarize our objectives.
What is your objective, if you don't mind me asking?
Mine, or do you mean the course's objective?
On the course.
The objective of the course is to free people from bondage. We teach that most people are crippled by their past, by guilt, their attitudes, their beliefs.
Feeling regrets for heads they've stepped on to get to the top of the corporate ladder.
Cripples people.
Feeling guilty in business is like a meat eater feeling guilty in an abattoir. Guilt comes from the archaic emotional centers of the brain. It's a vestige of our animal ancestry, that's all. In business, you heed it at your peril. I'm sorry, Inspector. My house appears to be haunted. Would you mind closing the door?
So,
All right.
you believe that guilt has no place in
It's
business?
hereditary.
None at all. I have few beliefs, Inspector, but that's one of them.
And what if you have done something wrong?
Well, that's the whole point. Guilt has nothing to do with it.
Interesting opinion.
I'm just waiting for Jenks to be like, oh, this guy's a friggin' weirdo. I'm getting out of here. Well, here's the thing. How do you feel about this packet of dried leaves?
Know what this is, by any chance?
I've no idea. Gardening isn't my kind of
And
thing.
yet-
Rebecca would probably know. I presume you've met Rebecca.
Yes,
I'm sure she'd enjoy telling you what it is. She's the kind of woman who likes to feel superior.
What?
Would probably marry a millionaire and then decide to run her own pub.
Yes, why was that?
Well, she isn't exactly housewife material. She likes to be in control, like Ryan. Shame, isn't it, that I'm in control of both of them?
Like, if this dude was just normal, I probably would not be suspicious. But he keeps dropping these red flags.
Have you ever seen one of these before?
I believe it's a scrying mirror, pagan thing.
Ever used one?
Why would I use a scrying mirror?
So you have no interest at all in this sort of thing?
No,
Does the Atlas course use them at all?
not at all. Strange question.
AKA, good question.
What do you know about this?
So you've been graced with Goebbels' company already, have you? James, our local minister for propaganda. I suppose Ryan already told you about our actual previous incarnation.
He explained, yes.
Did he tell you anything scandalous?
Not unless you count the suicide.
These things happen.
Was it your idea?
The suicide?
Third eye.
Yeah, I suppose it was. As my son had started to atrophy, I decided I ought to give him something to do.
And third eye was the same as Atlas, teaching business skills.
Very similar.
So Liam's death didn't prompt you to make any changes?
There was nothing we could do about Liam's death, Inspector, any more than we could do anything about Kate's. It was out of our control.
You can't blame me for wondering, Paul. 2 student deaths
And
in
yet,
2
I
years.
haven't asked
Call
about
it
Kate yet.
coincidence, Inspector. I expect they ate fast food also.
Ho, ho, ho,
But you're
ho.
investigating all the local chippies.
He's got me there. See, you have a problem with society, and yet you're partaking in the very society you claim to hate. How curious.
How well did you know Kate?
Hardly knew her at all. Met her a few times. But the course, that's about all.
So when was the last time you saw her?
Last Friday. I just popped out to the course and about 7.
Did you speak to her then?
It's possible.
And how did she seem? Was she happy, sad, preoccupied?
I already know
She
she
was
was
drunk.
drunk.
Do you know if Kate had lost this? It's her driving license.
How would I know that?
You didn't see it lying around anywhere.
No.
Jeez, he's stonewalling me. Did we already hit him with the bicycles?
What did you hear about an argument in the pub last Friday?
I didn't go to the pub last Friday.
You didn't hear anything about an argument in the pub?
Should I have?
No, that's fine.
When we catch him in a lie, it's all gonna fall apart. Guaranteed.
How well did you know
All you gotta do
Liam?
is crack the veneer.
Liam who?
Liam, who took his life.
Oh. Well, as far as I remember, he was a good student, confident, outgoing.
You didn't notice any problems?
I believe he had problems at home.
Were you there when he died?
Yes.
And afterwards? You didn't see him after the meeting?
No.
What was Liam like that night?
No. Apart from being drunk, or possibly because
Well,
of that.
apart
he
from
seemed
being
perfectly
drink, or possibly
He was drunk.
Well, I
because...
assume the bottle in his hand contained whiskey and not lemonade.
Lots of similarities to Kate, don't you think? Drinking, depression, is that normal for the students?
People come into the Atlas course for quick solutions to their problems. And when they don't get them as quickly as they might have liked, sometimes their impatience gets the better of them.
Yo, but here's the thing. Yo, and yet, Liam had been drinking all night at the seminar, and yet, they don't allow alcohol at the place, which is, just give it, they don't allow drugs or alcohol on the site. How about that, buddy?
So if you don't allow drink or drugs onto the site, why did you allow Liam to drink whiskey all night?
Well, we did give him various warnings. Did try to stop him, but didn't work.
But you let him stay on the course?
Yeah, well, we couldn't throw him out. This isn't a primary school, Inspector.
Yeah,
We're
it's not like
the
it's
police
private
that
property.
enforce these rules. If they pay their fees, they're entitled to stay on the course.
And what if they want to take drugs?
As long as they do it with discretion, frankly, I don't care if they want to wipe or inject paint stripper all over their faces.
Do you store any alcohol at Atlas?
What a strange comment.
Is there a kitchen?
Why, do you want to go down there and check?
Well, obviously you wouldn't mind if what you're saying is true.
Of course I wouldn't mind. It's past the lavatories down the corridor, but you won't find any drugs in there or alcohol.
Whether I find alcohol at Atlas or not, it probably isn't particularly relevant. But it's worth a look anyway.
All right, buddy. I mean, I think I got you for now. Oh, broken pendant.
Have you seen this before?
Looks familiar. Where did you find it?
It was, in the woods.
Presumably had something to do with Kate or a killer.
Well, that's what I'm trying to establish.
Shouldn't it be in an evidence bag, Inspector, in case of contamination?
He has a
Don't have one with
point.
me, unfortunately.
Well, don't go testing it for DNA, will you? It's got yours all over it.
Really don't like that lip twitch.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank
Oh, you know what? Excuse me. I don't want to leave the house yet.
I
wanna-
get the feeling I might be seeing a lot of Paul tonight.
I want to go back in, but I don't want to speak to you. I just want to use the scrying mirror because you said your house was haunted. You son
Thank
of
you.
a gun.
Probably be back later.
Then, oh, dude! An Audi TT. This guy's crushing it. Nice license plate, too. I think we should go back to Atlas and investigate the kitchen. And if there's alcohol in there, I'm shutting the whole thing down.
So the kitchen must be down the corridor there, if what Paul said is true.
Lock him up. Drink a lot of tea here, huh? Oh no!
Well, there's a TV right there with a DVD player.
Writes do not move on a
quick look at this.
CD-ROM. Suspicious XXX DVD. Well, let's start with the pile. Wow, this is futuristic.
Freedom, true freedom, means freedom from many vices that society had traditionally believed to be virtues. Self-criticism, self-doubt, guilt. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not virtues. These are sins. Born of a fake morality implanted deep within our minds and collective consciousness.
You can see how, like, if you invited your friend over and showed them this, they'd be like, yeah, I want to show up.
Preventing the masses, stopping us from achieving the same success, happiness, and freedom enjoyed by those at the very pinnacle of society.
In this high school gymnasium.
I'm going to show you that common morality is nothing more than the cynical creation of an elite desperate to stay in power. An elite hell-bent on preventing you from reaching your full potential.
Oh no, it's Doug Ford.
By making you feel guilty for pursuing success. But the good news is that you can take back control. You can become the success you deserve to be. Atlas will give you a unique and powerful advantage. Life in all its technicolor glory can be yours. All that you have to do is to stay, embrace it, enjoy it, and learn to love your ambition. Welcome to Atlas.
Wow. A little bit heavy. You know, I don't know if that is really going to get newcomers in. I think if you already buy in, you're good. If you've already bought the Atlas book, you should watch the movie. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Pocket Looter, playing Escape from Tarkov. Oh, some rubles. Really? So you just filmed yourself stealing the wallets?
Well, that was odd. Looked like someone pickpocketing, but why make a video of it?
Is it unboxing? I'm gonna do one more interrogation, then we're gonna call it for today. I was also, it said XXX. X is the 10th Jason movie. XX is a beer. XXX better be people fucking. my lord.
Feel your soul lifting. Then wait for the moment to break free. Then break free. Excellent, Hannah.
Well,
Could you come back later, please?
what's going on here?
Please, leave.
Sorry, Ryan, there's a few more questions I have to ask you yet, and time's ticking by.
Leave.
Okay.
It's when you want to have a fire, but the venue you rented from won't let you do it indoors. They won't let me go back in. No, can't use the DVD player in the atrium. We know he's not in there. Take me out. Alright, we'll end it where we began it. Eden Lodge. Ooh! The keys for the TT. You know, what Grandpa don't know won't hurt him. Remote control lock. Jenks is a thief? You ever hear the expression finders friggin' keepers? Knock, knock, open up the window, it's real.
Don't mind. Thank you.
Sorry,
We'll
Emma.
be back
My
later.
mistake. Enjoy your sleep. Chat's right. The #1 place we need to go. West Street. Behind Brandon House. Use the remote control lock. We're in. It's the bikes!
So, those are Ryan's guitars, kept in a garage. Not really the best place to keep them.
Did you also see that the sign said do not move? The same thing that was written on the DVD. Anyway, that's what we're gonna call it for today. We'll be back to finish Contradiction next week. It's cool. It's unique. Unlike any video game I've played before in my life. It's a lot like the Clue VHS game. Hopefully we'll remember for next week. You keep telling me there's 20 minutes left. I don't friggin' buy it. I'm just being straight up with you. I've heard that one before. They go, oh, there's 20 minutes left. Actually, 4 hours. There's way more left. You can, new streamers, the kind of streamers who are like, you know, they've graduated high school 2 years ago, got into professional streaming. You can troll them like that. I'm the old guard. I've been here for 100 years. I already know you just automatically be skeptical about anything that they say in Twitch chat. Yeah, I'll finish it next week. Absolutely.